The Cheeseboy 628 Show, starring Cheeseboy 628.
Hey YouTube, what's going on? This is Cheeseboy628 here today, giving you an OU tier Wi-Fi battle, and this is a continuation of the Token Minorities tournament series. This is round 3, and this is versus my opponent I had in the pool matches I had versus my buddy Henry. That's a very solid team. It is different. You're allowed to change your teams up during this tournament. I obviously stuck with the same team as it has been pretty effective for me so far, despite a little bit of an issue last match, but I am still in. I am in the loser's bracket. My opponent right now is actually someone I faced in my pool bracket matches. This is versus my buddy Henry, whom I faced during the pool portion of this tournament, which we had a pretty good match last time. And without further ado, let's get into the team preview a little bit. He does have a pretty strong Firewater Grass core, but that's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about his one huge threat, and that would be his Mega Gyarados, because if his Mega Gyarados sets up once, and I mean gets up one Dragon Dance, he sweeps my entire team, no joke. So I got to be very careful about that. That's all I have to worry about. I have to make risks just to make sure he doesn't set up with that. So let's see how this battle goes. So I actually want to start with my Heatran because I want to get up rocks as soon as possible, because his Mega Gyarados is going to take like 25% or so of his health just from coming in on the rocks, and that's what I really want to get that damage on. I want to get that residual damage as soon as possible so I can start ruining it. But what do you know? He probably almost anticipated this, I'm thinking, as he brought in the Gyarados right away before even taking the rocks, because I'm thinking that in this case, you can probably just Mega Evolve right away. That way you won't take nearly as much rock damage every time he tries to come in and destroy my life. So, you know, the normal person would, I don't know, probably switch out fearing an Earthquake or Waterfall from this monstrous Mega Gyarados, and well, I know this. And so he's predicting my switch by going for the Dragon Dance, and if I switched out there, I would have lost. Simple as that, because my Rotom would die to an EQ, my Landers would die to a Waterfall, and everything would die. Everything would die, because also I do have my Aegislash, but that Sacred Sword's not going to do enough when I have 4 attack EVs, and it's such a bulky monster. So enough about rambling about this Mega Gyarados. I have my Rocks up, which is going to be nice for the rest of his time here, and I actually go for an Earth Power here, which hits the Terrakion pretty hard, which is very nice. And I do have an Aegislash, which is a pretty good counter to this Terrakion, but I also have Landers, as it can probably handle most of his team pretty well. I was also kind of fearing that he would predict my Aegislash by going for the EQ, and he actually just goes for a nice safe CC. Not sure if he's sashed yet. If it is, it's broken, but it's probably not, since it wasn't his lead, and he might just be scarfed, it seems, judging by the damage. And now here he sacks his Talonflame, which is pretty fine by him. One thing I didn't say about his team in the team preview is that he does not have a spinner and doesn't have Talonflame, so putting the rocks up right away was really nice for that purpose as well. So now he brings in his Rotom Wash here, and I'm pretty much taking this pretty nicely since I do have max HP. Now I can easily just go for a nice Shadow Ball and hopefully just decimate this Rotom Wash. Thankfully I don't get paralyzed as I am in my attack form, and I do get a Spadef Drop, which obviously doesn't matter at this point. He does switch out, as I do stay in with my Aegislash, and this was what I was kind of scared about, because if I do get paralyzed and he goes for a Dragon Dance, I am in one of the worst positions in the world. So yes, his Gyarados is actually not going to go for a Dragon Dance, as I stay in with my Aegislash, and that was a crit, because otherwise, if that wasn't a crit, I would be very scared by that damage. But look at that. Of course I do get flinched, and I'm not able to get off that Sacred Sword damage, but to be fair, the odds were not really in his favor, but definitely more likely because I was paralyzed, as well as the chance to flinch me. But now I'm going to bring in my Mega Medicham here. Mega Medicham is actually pretty fast before it gets a speed buff. Like regular Medicham has base 80 speed. Depending on the amount of bulk investment that Gyarados has, I may just outspeed, but I am adamant as well, so I'm not entirely sure, although most Mega Gyaradoses are like max attack, adamant, max speed. But that doesn't even matter. What am I even saying? I went for the fake out anyway in the case that I do outspeed the next turn. Then he brings in his Pharaoh, basically his fodder, as he go for a high jump kick and destroy its life. Now he brings in the Galvantula, so that's going to outspeed me no matter what kind of set it is, as I am adamant like I said. And so I go into my special wall here, my Heatran, and he is going to go for the Thunder. It's going to do a decent chunk, I guess, but it is a sash variant, so it's not going to do too much when I have a fully special defensive Heatran in my wings here. So he's going to go for a Thunder again. He's going to miss, and I don't think it was really too much of a matter here, as I was kind of scared mostly if he paralyzed me with that, but really I would have been at probably around 60% after that damage. and now he actually brings in his Rotom here, and he knows very well that I can't do anything to it, but I do go for the Lava Plume as he goes for the rest. I was thinking that he was going to go for the rest there as opposed to being offensively going for a Hydro Pump, especially him knowing by now that I'm especially defensive variant. So I do go for the Lava Plume for the chance to burn, and thankfully that is the case, because now this residual damage will be really nice as he doesn't have lefties to make up for that residual damage. But he does go for the T-Wave here. His team is somewhat based on that T-Wave from that bulky Rotom, which is definitely kind of scary for me, as if I get paralyzed once as he brings in that Mega Gyarados, I am in a ton of trouble. So he goes for the Hydro Pump. That does a really nice chunk. It's about a 2-hit KO, and I'm just going for Lava Plume trying to get some damage off. And he goes for the Hydro Pump here, and he's able to take me out. I'm actually much more favoring that position, because that way I'll be able to go down, go into my Landorus, and get a ton of damage on this Rotom Wash. In fact, probably take it out from this range. Oh yeah, definitely. With a Sludge Wave and or Psychic. I'm going to go for the Sludge Wave though, because if he tries to get a free switch with that Gyarados, I'm in a ton of trouble. So yes, that Rotom is going to go down, and so now he's going to bring in his Mega Gyarados here, and really his chance here is to go for the Dragon Dance, as he will not have to be the first turn, but definitely will for the second. He just has to hope he lives. And I'm talking about a Life Orb, Max Special Attack, Timid, Sheer Force, Earth Power from a Landorus, and I'm not able to take it out. It's that bulky. That is how bulky Mega Gyarados is. You cannot mess around with this threat. But thankfully, he is at a range where that Fake Out is going to be able to take him out. And if not, I did a Bullet Punch, and I'm pretty sure I had some other pokes to just switch out and go for Fake Out once again. In fact, right here, for some reason I messed around a little bit. I could have went for the Bullet Punch right here, but just in case, I don't know why I was even doubting it, but I go into my Rotom Wash's fodder just to get these defense drops a little bit, and that's just going to ensure the kill, because I'm going to let my Rotom Wash stay in for one more turn. I'm going to be able to go for the Fake Out just to see how much damage it does, as I kind of just wasted my perfectly good Rotom Wash here when I could have got a faster game by just a few turns. But nonetheless, bringing it in now, I'm going to scout for how much damage this Fake Out is going to do, even though he's at -2, so it's like a neutral Fake Out. Not going to kill. This shows the Bullet Punch does kill though. What I was really kind of scared of was a Banded Quick Attack, but why would I switch out in that case? I don't even know. The point is I did win. I go into round 4 per se. There were a couple other rounds in the losers bracket, but because of how far I went in the winners bracket, I was able to skip losers round 1, and my opponent for losers round 2 was not able to participate in the tournament anymore, so that did put me in losers round 3, now going on to losers round 4. So that will be up next week. Let's see how I do. Thank you all for watching. Like, comment, sub, and until later, peace.